Oh, wow. He ain't gonna have no trouble. You want to talk about nerve-wracking? Walking out onto styrofoam. That'll just stress you right out. Check this out, you guys. I'm walking on styrofoam. This is crazy. I'm not gonna lie, that's a little nerve-wracking the first time you do that. When you weigh 300 pounds and you're like, this is styrofoam.
What are we doing today? Well, we are having all the fun today. That's what we are doing. Anything you see painted in orange is going to be a wall. Well, that's actually an island, so it's sort of got some wallishness to it. But you see walls. Those are mainly here so that we know where not to run the hydronic the heating system. But they're also here to tell me like this is a bathroom. So today we're working on plumbing. We're gonna rough in the plumbing. So I've got some water lines. The blue is a water line. Might also be represented with a drain over there. It's just water. And then yeah, so we got all kinds of water. We got our mainline water that comes up out of the basement and onto the main floor, going over to our kitchen. It's gonna kick over from the kitchen over to this bathroom. Then we've got our primary stack wet wall that's gonna go up to the upstairs as well. Lots to do today. I'm gonna put you on time lapse. You can kind of watch me kind of scratch my head and do dumb things, probably make some mistakes, but we're gonna start roughing in the plumbing right now.
Really important to understand that I am not cutting the LiteDeck product here. I'm cutting what's called the top hat. That extends the depth of those trenches that you see. And I can't set my plumbing in those trenches because those are really important, and those are what carry the load. So I am cutting into the top hat, and I can run all my plumbing laterally through that top hat, and it works out great.
Well, I just learned an important lesson. Don't leave your pipe glue out in the rain. I thought the cans were shut, so it didn't really matter whether they got rained on or not. Evidently water will work its way up and over the cap and ruin both your glue and your solvent. So actually the solvent probably would have been fine, but definitely had droplets of water in it when I put it on the pipe. So forget it, cashed in, gonna go run to town and go get some glue.
Shout out to all my awesome friends and brothers from Warrior at Heart Ministries out in Grand Junction, Colorado. You can see my t-shirt on right there. I love those guys so much. And that shirt is beat up, stained, sun faded, bleached. And it is still one of my favorite shirts because it just makes me think of those dear brothers out there that are really doing a great job of sharing the love of God and spreading the kingdom joy. Honestly, it took me a few tries to get this right. I don't want to pretend like I nailed this on the first shot. This stressed me out just a little bit because, let's face it, I've done a lot of plumbing, but I've never plumbed in a slab. And there's really no undoing any of this once the concrete goes on. So I really try to take my time, measure out the way I wanted it, get the drop the way I wanted it. The slope was really important, so we tried our best. I tried my best to make sure that this was the way we wanted it to be.
What's up, internet land? This video might be a little bit shaky because I'm balancing the tripod on woggly styrofoam. But this is our plumbing system. Look, check it out. There's a shower hole. There's a poop hole. There's a vertical hole for a poop hole later down the road. There's a vent over there. There's a sink over there. Yeah, and then the two branches go off to the kitchen, and then what will be a future supplementary laundry room, maybe down the road, but we wanted to future-proof the design just a little bit. And we're gonna use Kool-Aid today. I wish if I'd have planned better, I'd have been able to pull up a deal. Anyway, so we're gonna use Kool-Aid today. We're gonna go through, and a handful of these pipes, we're gonna dump about 25 packets of Kool-Aid, cherry Kool-Aid, into this system, and then we're gonna put about 25 gallons of water in. It actually might end up being more than that. It's probably going to be more like 50 gallons of water in, and then we will throw about 18 pounds of air pressure, 20 pounds of air pressure into the system, and it's going to be awesome. We're going to see whether we have any leaks. So this should be a lot of fun. We'll see how this goes. Okay, so we are about to put 20 pounds of pressure into this system and see if we've got any leaks. We're praying that we don't. All right, it's dialable, so I can just dial it right to 20 pounds. I like this little Milwaukee guy. It's gonna get loud for a minute. We just blew a test valve. That's awesome. And made a colossal Kool-Aid mess in the system here. That's great. That's super great. That's super great. Let's take a look at that because that's just a lot of fun. So we just blew this cap right here, and about a gallon of Kool-Aid. That's pretty great. Back to the test. Oh, that's awesome. I heard a big fart. I know exactly what just happened. We just drained the whole system. Come with me. Watch this. This is great. I was actually legitimately afraid of this. Come on, I'll show you what just happened. And all the Kool-Aid has left the party.
Later that day, we did finally, I just glued on caps. The test plugs or the test caps were garbage. They just didn't work very well at all. So I did glue on caps to everything, the end, the tops, pressurized the system. It all held pressure. I didn't find any Kool-Aid leaking in any joints, which was great news for us. Very happy. This is the final pour day for a good long while. We will have another couple of pour days when the barn portion of the Barndominium goes on, but this is our big pour day, the day that stressed us out to the max. This is the LiteDeck pour when we get a 5-inch slab over the top of the LiteDeck, and you can see how they're filling in all of the creases, all of the troughs between the LiteDeck. Absolutely amazing. So we end up with about 16-inch concrete beams in between each one. Really, really, really cool. So all the hydronic systems getting covered. Everything looks great. Super, super fun. But my heart was beating heavy all day long, because if something happened with that skeletal system down below, all of that would have gone crashing down into our basement. But that did not happen. We were very happy. Okay, what you're looking at right now, the guys from Alpha Crate are actually setting in my corner brackets. So this is really exciting, because these are going to hold our vertical beams, our 3-ply vertical beams. And we're going to do bolt on most of these brackets. In fact, you've probably seen the short where I'm building them. They've come together really nicely, but these are getting poured in because we didn't need the ear going off over the edge of that. So it worked out really, really nicely. We got a spectacular deal. Shout out to Mr. Tom. If you're watching the channel, this guy's been looking out for me. He's gotten me a couple of really spectacular deals on those brackets when they get over ordered. Somebody else's special order doesn't get picked up for a million years, and he lets me have them. So